Hello people, back with another video. This one is, I'm making this one in regards to the last video I showed you guys, where Tommy was making fun of a caller. Tommy was saying how much money he's got, how rich he is compared to the caller, even though Tommy didn't even know the caller's finances. So I'm just going to go over a few points here just to build a better image here, and we'll also be discussing the whole mansion issue as well. Now, firstly, Tommy does like to boast about how, the money he has. I mean, he claimed that he was making 3.5 million a year. A claim which I thought was ridiculous. You can tell from his lifestyle, he's not making $3.5 million a year. It's ridiculous. I mean, I'll show you something here. Now, there's a YouTuber. He made 12 million last year, and but he made it from other stuff as well. But I'll give you an example. Look at this guy. His name's PewDiePie. Now, I hadn't even heard of him till 2 weeks ago. Now, if you notice here, 16 hours ago, he dropped a video. Already he's got 1,095,981 views. But if you look at he puts out videos every day, and literally within 24 hours, he'll have over 2 million views. Usually within 24 hours. 2 days ago, he only had 1.9 million. I say only. Obviously, that's a huge amount. He's got over 39 million. He's got almost 40 million subscribers. Now, this guy made 12 million in a year. And he's making, every day, within 24 hours, he's getting about 2 million hits. Sometimes more. So, I mean, if you go onto his older vids, you'll see as the weeks progress, some of his vids he's got like, I don't know, 3, 4, it goes up to 6 million. I mean, I saw one of his vids where I'm sure he had like over 200 million or something like that views. I think he's even got 500 million on one of his things as well. So think about it. Every day he puts out a video. Within 24 hours, he's getting about he's getting about 2 million hits. Now, he's only got one channel that I know about. So think about that. Every single day, he's getting about 2 million hits in 24 hours. Now, Tommy's got one video, which he made 3 years ago, which has 6 million hits. Okay, that's the only one he's ever been that popular. But then Tommy's telling you he's making 3.5 million views. 3.5 million a year. Okay. Now, let's look at Tommy, just to see what he's saying. Now, he's got, how many channels? He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Actually, no, let me just start again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, so he's got 22 channels. Okay. Now, that's an awful lot of channels. I mean, this is a guy that says how popular he is. He likes to boast. I mean, I'm going to go... The reason I'm bringing up the amount of channels he has, I'll take you to a comment he did on Baller Alert. He did a video on them where he was abusing them. But what you guys didn't know is that Tommy was going back in the scenes. He was the one that contacted them. But he was trying to make out to you guys that they did a video on him because he's so famous. But look what they did on Baller Alert. He said he not only attacked the blog, which would have been cool, but called 11 all types of names. Now he's claiming that we attacked him, and he said that he is big. That is why we heard about his video. No, I assume they say bitch. You got at me on Twitter about the video, which is true. So he got in touch with them, telling them that he can get them views by ethering them. just like he did to that other lady on the video I did, where she was doing a parody, and he contacted her behind the scenes, telling her that if he does an ether on her, they can both get views. So his ethers are fake, and he's the one that gets in touch with other people, so that he can ether them or do videos on them because he wants views. But you know what? I've got a sneaking suspicion. Remember the video he did on that child, a 16-year-old girl? He was going through her Facebook. She'd been murdered a few days before, and he was going through her Facebook, making fun of her, calling her a whore and all these kind of things because some of her pictures seemed a bit sexual. But then this is the same Tommy that's openly stated he finds, children's breasts nice, and he thinks 13 and 14 are good ages for sex with children. But anyway, her family asked him to stop doing this, and her friends got in touch with him, and obviously an argument ensued between them, and he was making videos abusing the girl's friends and family. Now, Tommy somehow managed to make himself the victim, but think about this. Imagine if Tommy did the same thing with this dead child. I mean, she hadn't even been buried when he was abusing her. So imagine if he was the one, using one of his fake trolls, got the family to see the video, knowing full well that there would be a response, so that Tommy could start a unnecessary beef with a family that was grieving, and he would come out as the victim. So imagine if this is what he does. I mean, he's done it a few times now. These are just 2 occasions I've shown you where the other people have bothered to respond and just prove that Tommy's the one that instigated it all and was actually asking them to go along with it so that he could get views for them and himself. But anyway, back to the whole money thing. Tommy likes to make fun of people's financial situations. Let's have a look at Tommy's site here. Now, this is a free website, report.org. So this is Tommy's Sotomayor TV.com channel. Let's look what he gets here. Quite interesting. So daily revenue $5.69. Monthly revenue $171. Personally, I don't think it's that much. Well, this was last updated 25th of April. So maybe he doesn't use that anymore. Fair enough. Let's look at this one instead. What's this one? Sotonation.com. Now this is more recent. Daily revenue 59 cents a day. Monthly revenue $17.68 a day, a month. Doesn't seem that much to me for someone who likes to boast. But then maybe he makes it in these t-shirts he sells. I mean, look at this. The kind of things. I am the owner of a struggle mansion. I'm going to deal with that in this video as well. But look at this, what he's selling. Where's Darren Wilson when you need him? That's pretty low, isn't it? Very low. So we've seen his websites aren't generating very much. I mean, he can't be making 3.5 million on these websites. Not when PewDiePie, who... Because think about it, I hadn't even heard of this guy till 2 weeks ago, and this guy is huge. He's absolutely huge. So how can Tommy, he's going back and forth with the victims of dead families. How do they manage to get to know who Tommy is without him contacting them? That's right. But anyway, enough of that. Let's just go on to something quite interesting here. Seeing as Tommy likes to put other people down about their financial situation. Now, recently on one of Tommy's live shows, he was talking about how the rent he pays for his... He mentioned that he paid rent, which didn't surprise me. In the video before, I stated he doesn't own the mansion. And I even showed you the name of the owner of the mansion, and with proof of the actual mansion. And it was last sold in 2010 to someone else. No one's bought it since, so Tommy can't own it. And now Tommy's admitted that he says that he rents it. I don't believe Tommy even rents it. I think what he's done is he's seen my videos, and he knows that now he can't claim that he owns it, because I've already shown you the owner. So he thought, what better, the next best thing he can do is just claim to rent it. Because at least it'll show that he's somehow responsible, it's a big mansion, and if you're renting it, then obviously you must be making a bit of money to be able to afford to rent it. I don't think he's renting it, I still think he's house sitting. Now, what makes me laugh is Tommy, on his website here, this is quite amusing. Let me just go back onto that website. Which one was it? The t-shirts. I am the owner of a struggle mansion. Okay, but you don't actually own it. You even stated it yourself that you don't own it now. Well, you had to state it because I proved you to be a liar. You were trying to make out you were the big guy. You had a mansion. You're wearing these silly t-shirts saying you're the owner of a struggle mansion that you don't own. I mean, look at these t-shirts. Real women don't like liars, they like leaders. But Tommy, you're the biggest liar going, and you're far from a leader. But I want to show you something else here. Tariq Nasheed, where he was addressing Tariq Nasheed. He's wearing, I am the owner of a struggle mansion. Now, Tommy, you're not the owner of a struggle mansion. You say you rent, I still say that you're house sitting. I mean, think about it. The mansion he's staying at, let's use our analytical thinking brains. The mansion he's staying at has 2 swimming pools, yet Tommy doesn't know how to swim. It has 5 parking spaces when Tommy owns 1 car. I believe there's 8 bedrooms, and Tommy lives there on his own. Now, when you're looking for somewhere to live, are you gonna, and you're a single man, are you going to look for things that you have no use for? Why the hell is Tommy going to say, yeah, I don't know how to swim. What I need is somewhere with 2 swimming pools. I only have 1 car. I need at least, 5 parking spaces. And at least 8 bedrooms. Because I'm the only one that's going to stay there. And I need to sleep in a different room, every other day. I mean, let's be honest. Does he really think we're that stupid? Tommy is not renting, he's house sitting. He sure as hell doesn't own it, so why he's wearing I am the owner of a struggle mansion? I mean, it turns out in the 5150 show, which I watched after I'd made my initial video about that, it turns out that he'd already told people that the place he was staying at in LA, the mansion there, he was house sitting that as well. So all those Tommy supporters that were trying to make out that Tommy must own the place because he painted a wall red, you guys are so stupid. You're incredibly stupid. You don't seem to think. Just use your brains for once. I don't know how he manages to do this to you guys, but this is just a quick video. I'm going to make a video. I'm going to put one out in the next, probably in about 6 hours. And that we're going to really go into more detail with. I just wanted to put this one out there. So this, I am the owner of a struggle mansion. Tommy's never owned a mansion at all. I mean, he's putting this shirt on now because he lives at a much nicer looking mansion than he was when he was at LA, taking care of that mansion for someone else. So obviously we can't say that the place he's at now is a struggle mansion. That's why he's wearing those shirts. But Tariq was talking about a previous mansion where it was only 1 room, and you were mansion sitting that one. So Tommy's you know what? I'm going to save it I'm going to have 2 videos coming out soon. So I'm going to save what I want to talk about on those ones. The next video I'm going to put out is going to be in regards to Tommy, a phone call he had with a gentleman, in regards to his son. Okay. Now, in this phone call, Tommy was being very ambiguous as to whether he had a son or not. Now, I know he has a son. He knows he has a son. But he wanted to try and make the call seem as ambiguous as he could, and he tried to call the guy a troll, when the guy was just being very cordial towards Tommy as usual, talking to Tommy with respect and just giving Tommy the suggestion that, you know what, perhaps you should try and be in your son's life. But that was an outrageous prospect for Tommy to consider. and he became very abusive, hung up on the guy, just did his usual thing when he doesn't want to deal with something. But yeah, just wait till that video.